Welcome to Metrology lecture series. In the present video, we will discuss the gate to thickness measurement by base tangent method. This method is used to measure the thickness of gate teeth by measuring the distance across several teeth using a vernier caliper or micrometer. In the schematically, you have to observe that one. Here we are measuring the gate to thickness by measuring the distance across the several teeth by using of vernier caliper. In this method, we use a special measuring tool such as a micrometer with flat anvils or a David Brown tangent instrument. So this measured the distance we are calling as the base tangent length. In the schematically, W is the base tangent length. So it is the distance across the several teeth. This method uses only one vernier caliper, so it has some advantages over the gate tooth vernier caliper. First one is the measurements are simpler and more accurate, and second one is the measurement is more reliable. So this instrument mainly consisting of the one fixed anvil which does not move, and second one is the movable anvil, moves slightly using a micrometer screw. The movable anvil has very small movement, so it allows accurate measurement. Let's see how the instrument has to be set. First we have to fix the anvil position, which is adjusted using locking ring and the setting tubes. This sets the correct distance before the measurement. So let's see how measurement has to be done. Instead of measuring just one teeth, here we have to measure the distance across the several teeth. This distance we are calling as the tooth span, which is the W, and moreover the measurement is taken using tooth span micrometer or a tangent comparator. Let's see the basic principle of the base tangent method. Consider a straight line ABC. Let's consider here straight line ABC, which is rolled back and forth along a base circle. So here along the base circle, this right line ABC, which has to be rolling front and back along a base circle, then one end traces the involute curve, that is the A2, A and A1. Similarly, another side, it has to be traces involute curve as the C2, C and the C1. The measurement taken across the opposite involute curves using span gauging are always constant, which means similarly let's consider the here. So tooth span is the W, let's consider the PQ, which has to be rolled back here. Then the length of the PQ, which is equal to the arc length of the ABC. So this constant value is equal to the arc length of the base circle between the starting points of involutes. So in here involutes are the A and C. Now straight line PQ, which is the tooth span W, equal to the arc length ABC. So now we have to determine the arc length ABC. The position of measuring faces in this method does not matter, which has to be provided that they are parallel and they touch true opposite involute surfaces. So therefore, the distance measured between opposite involutes is equal to the distance measured along the base circle between the points where the corresponding tooth flanks intersect. So now the length PQ, which is equal to the arc length ABC. So now we have to determine the arc length ABC, that is the, let's consider length of arc AC, which is equal to the arc AB plus arc BC. So first we determine the arc BC. So here arc BC, which is equal to the, this arc BC, which is equal to the, so this is the base circle radius. So arc BC, which is equal to the base circle radius into angle theta. So arc BC equal to the RB, so which is the base circle radius into angle theta. We know the theta equal to the 2 pi by t into s. Here s is the number of spaces and t is the number of teeth. And we know the relation is respect to the pitch circle and the base circle. Let consider r equal to the pitch circle radius. So RB equal to the r cos phi, where phi is the pressure angle. Then substitute in the arc BC equation. Then arc BC will become the r cos phi into 2 pi by t into s. So we know r equal to the mt by 2. Then arc BC will become the mt by 2 cos phi into 2 pi by t into s. So arc BC equal to the, here observe that one, the, so tt here it will get cancelled and 2 also get cancelled. Then here m pi cos phi into the s. So this is the arc BC. Next we determine the arc AB. So for this one I have to now draw a diagram which represent the pitch circle, base circle, and we have to draw a tangent from the base circle. Then so it will be intersect at point E and F also. These are the involutes at the pitch circle. And after that one I have to draw a line. So EO. So E to O, draw a line which is the intersect the point at the base circle, that is we are calling as the point D. Similarly this angle, so here these two lines are the perpendicular line. Now this angle is the pressure angle phi. And moreover the angle, so this angle, this is the theta, let consider, which is the pi by 2t, and this is the angle, so which is, let consider, delta, which is equal to the tan phi minus phi. So now we have to determine the arc length AB, which is equal to the 2 times of arc AG. This arc AG also we can be written as arc AD plus arc DG. So the length of the arc AB, which is equal to the 2 times of arc AD plus arc DG. So now first we have to determine the arc AD. So arc AD, which is equal to the base circle radius into the angle, that is the angle delta. Then we know delta value is the tan phi minus phi, and we know RB value. So relation between the pitch circle and the base circle, we know that one, the, so RB equal to the, so R cos phi, and the delta equal to the tan phi minus phi. Then substitute, we will get the arc length AD equal to the R cos phi tan phi minus phi, and R also we know that one, the mt by 2. Then arc AD equal to mt by 2 into cos phi into tan phi minus phi. So next we determine the arc DG. Similarly arc DG equal to the RB into angle theta. So theta value we know that one, that is the pi by 2t, and RB also we know that one, the R cos phi, R equal to mt by 2. So RB value is the mt by 2 cos phi and theta value is pi by 2t. Then arc DG equal to the mt by 2 into cos phi into pi by 2t. Substitute the arc AD value and arc DG value. Then arc length of AB equal to the 2 into mt by 2 cos phi tan phi minus phi plus mt by 2 cos phi pi by 2t. So here mt by 2 cos phi, let take in the common, then 2 into mt by 2 cos phi into tan phi minus phi plus phi by 2t. So here 2 here get cancelled, then arc length of AB equal to mt cos phi into tan phi minus phi plus pi by 2t. So we determine the arc length BC and also arc length AB. Then arc length of ABC equal to the arc AB plus arc BC. Then substitute this arc BC and arc AB value. Then arc AC will become the m phi cos phi into S plus mt cos phi into tan phi minus phi plus pi by 2t. Then here, so this arc length of AC which is equal to the length of the PQ which is equal to the tooth span, that is the W. Then W equal to m phi cos phi into S plus mt cos phi into the tan phi minus phi plus pi by 2t. From here mt cos phi, let take in the common, then W equal to mt cos phi into pi s by t plus tan phi minus phi plus pi by 2t. So this is the relation of the tooth span by using the base tangent method. Thank you.